I slept with faith and found a corpse in my arms on awakening. I drank and danced all night with doubt and found her a virgin in the morning. I'm a poet, and I like my lies the way my mother used to make them. One would go mad if one took the Bible seriously, but to take it seriously one must be already mad. May the new year bring you courage to break your resolutions early. My own plan is to swear off every kind of virtue, so that I triumph even when I fall. Having to talk destroys the symphony of silence. The joy of life consists in the exercise of one's energies, continual growth, constant change, the enjoyment of every new experience. To stop means simply to die. The eternal mistake of mankind is to set up an attainable ideal. Everyone interprets everything in terms of his own experience. If you say anything which does not touch a precisely similar spot in another man's brain, he either misunderstands you, or doesn't understand you at all. The sin which is unpardonable is knowingly and willfully to reject truth, to fear knowledge lest that knowledge pander not to thy prejudices. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Magic is the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with the will. People think that talking is a sign of thinking. It isn't, for the most part. On the contrary, it's a mechanical dodge of the body to relieve oneself of the strain of thinking, just as exercising the muscles helps the body to become temporarily unconscious of its weight, its pain, its weariness, and the foreknowledge of its doom. I've often thought that there isn't any I at all, that we are simply the means of expression of something else, that when we think we are ourselves, we are simply the victims of a delusion. Ordinary morality is only for ordinary people. Science is always discovering odd scraps of magical wisdom and making a tremendous fuss about its cleverness. Every man and every woman is a star. It is a terrible error to let any natural impulse, physical or mental, stagnate. Crush it out, if you will, and be done with it, or fulfill it, and get it out of the system, but do not allow it to remain there and putrefy. The suppression of the normal sex instinct, for example, is responsible for 1,000 ills. In Puritan countries one inevitably finds a morbid preoccupation with sex coupled with every form of perversion and degeneracy. I hardly ever talk, words seem such a waste, and they are none of them true. No one has yet invented a language from my point of view. I've written this to keep from crying. But I am crying, only the tears won't come. The way of mastery is to break all the rules, but you have to know them perfectly before you can do this, otherwise you are not in a position to transcend them. Your kiss is bitter with cocaine. What the eye doesn't see, the heart doesn't grieve over. Love is the law, love under will. It is necessary, in this world, to be made of harder stuff than one's environment. Balance every thought with its opposition. Because the marriage of them is the destruction of illusion. We must conquer life by living it to the full, and then we can go to meet death with a certain prestige. Happiness lies within oneself, and the way to dig it out is cocaine. It is the mark of the mind untrained to take its own processes as valid for all men, and its own judgments for absolute truth.